Hello, you guys. Welcome to our Sunday Strength. We're here to deliver some goods to you guys. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. Yeah, Sunday, let me just let you know what's going on around Shine Campus. We are still working on our um, Wednesday at 3:30 Thriving Couple series. We've had some amazing guests come in, some good information. Yeah, so totally useful to couples, anybody trying to get to a different spot in life in general. I think if you jump on there, you're going to get something from it. You're definitely going to learn something. So jump on there. That is on this same YouTube channel, but also in in our Facebook group, the Shine Campus Facebook group, as well as Shine Campus membership. So it's everywhere. Literally, you can find it. Let me make sure that I'm getting all my people in here by inviting them. If you guys will give me a second while I do that, and I'll also give people a little bit of a chance to pop in. So let's see. I am telling them I am speaking, and then we'll pop that in there. Today we're going to talk about your buckets, making your bucket smile. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about when I say that, but you'll catch on quickly. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. That way, everybody can take off and do whatever they got to do tonight. So, making your bucket smile. So, if you think about any hardship that you're going to, you could really use this. And actually, I would like for you guys to start implementing this in your life as a thought process that you wake up to in the morning time, right? So, the thought process is this: you have three buckets that you need to be able to fill, and on those buckets, if you're able to fill it up and you're able to focus on them, you really just mostly have to focus on them and then allow the behavior to follow that. You're going to make your bucket smile, and the goal is to get all three buckets smiling. If you're able to make the bucket smile, you're like, I'm 110% going to guarantee you that the things that you go through won't be as intense as they may be right now. Okay. And so the first bucket that I want you to look at is, and you'll put a little label on your bucket. You could draw this on a paper if you need to, but if you can see in your imagination, it's perfect because I want you to wake up thinking about it. Right. So the first bucket I want you to make smile is the unique in nature bucket. Right. And so what that means is you understand that there really isn't a comparison for you. Matter of fact, that you are different and you fully accept that difference. Like, I don't need to be anybody else. I just really need to understand who I am and what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, and allow that to shine as much as possible. Okay. And so if you're able to think that way and have that mindset and keep that going, then you are making your bucket smile. If you, for some reason, forget about that during the day, you can always go back to it, but you'll notice when you go back to it, your bucket will be frowning. And so we want to make sure the bucket smiles, right? All right. So the next concept that I want you, the next bucket that I want you to be able to have is that your character basically is of truth, right? And so this is something that your actions can't really tell you. You have to know on the inside, like, I'm a person of integrity, right? Whatever's matching actually, or whatever's on the inside is matching what's on the outside. And so if you can acknowledge that, waking up in the morning time, like, this is my goal, this is what I'm moving towards, then as the day is going on, you're constantly focused on being able to know what's true for you, right? And so that's different than what's happening. And so that doesn't mean you need to go around telling everybody all your business. I'm just being my true self. I'm not asking you to be your true self with somebody else. I'm asking you to really know who you are and know that you are actually going to be somebody of integrity and do the things that you have to do in relationship to other people that mean this is what's on the inside and this is what's on the outside. And so the outside gets displayed only because you're being it on the inside. Okay. If you're able to be that person at heart of integrity, then you will make your bucket smile. The third bucket that I want you to be able to have is the idea that you can say that I know and I'm acting on that my intention is good, right? So if you're able to focus on making your intention good, that bucket smiles, right? And so there's three buckets there. I could go into a little bit more detail about intention, but I feel like it's a lot clear, right? So you can't go and do negative things and be like, oh, my intention was good. It wasn't. Your intention was focused on getting a shortcut. It was focused on your fear. It was focused on something else, but you weren't focused on your good intention, right? So if you can be focused on your good intention, your bucket smiles. If it doesn't, then it frowns, right? So can I make all three of my buckets smile every single day, right? If I'm able to make every single bucket smile, then I'm going to be in a good space. So that's all one scenario. I want you to just be able to focus on that in the morning time, and then as you're going throughout the day, keep those buckets smiling constantly. All right. So the second thing, though, after that concept, is you being able to focus on service. So you being able to focus on serving others, and I'm not saying slave to others, and I'm not saying please other people. I'm saying serving others, right? And it might be just a smile. It might be getting on YouTube and giving everybody a talk about three buckets, or making sure that their three buckets smile. It could be a lot of different things. But your goal is to serve. Now, what the response to your service is doesn't matter, because we're not talking about an exchange here, right? So a lot of times people think whenever they're serving somebody that it needs to be reciprocated. That's not a requirement. If I serve somebody, people may not respond. Some people may or not ever even see it or know about it. Like, there's no requirement for exchange or reciprocation. So in your mind, I want you to think, I just need to serve no matter what. And so what am I doing to bring that energy into my life where it's automatically serving? And then how do I want to go about serving other people? So here's the other part of that is, just because you serve somebody doesn't even mean that somebody's going to receive it the same way. So you might say, hey, how's it going today to somebody? And somebody might tell you, not so good, or what does it matter to you, or some other thing that means that they're in a not good mood, or that your question was illegitimate or not important or not good enough, or you need to word it differently, right? Meanwhile, you're like, man, Thomas was telling me to serve, so I did it. And then I get these negative reactions. That's fine. People could be where they are. And I want you to be able to keep doing that, because it gives you good practice. It gives you good practice to stop focusing on other people, right? And so in the comments, or in the description area, I described that if you're struggling in your marriage, if you're struggling with depression, if you're just struggling with anxiety, if you're struggling with your friends, no matter what your struggle is, if you're able to stop looking at what other people are doing and start watching what you're doing, then you get to a different space. Well, here's the specifics of what you watch. Make your bucket smile and serve other people. Make your bucket smile and serve other people. And this gives you a cool place to really land your energy as much as possible, so that you're not moving in a way that says, oh, I got to constantly watch others. So what is going to derail you? What's going to stop you from doing this? Well, what's going to stop you from doing this is that you start viewing everybody else and everything else that you don't have, right? If you start watching all the things around you that are getting difficult, if you start watching all the things around you that aren't happening fairly, if you start watching all the things that are happening that are missing in your life, who isn't being who they need to be, all of that will get you to get away from your buckets, and then you go back to your buckets and they'll all be frowning, right? And our job is to be able to make sure they smile. And the only way for us to keep them that way is for us to stay focused on it. So understand that that's kind of a big piece of this, and why I use the idea that says, and you honestly, if you don't want to use buckets and you want to use smiley faces or emojis, it's fine with me. Whatever picture in your mind gets you to fill your buckets with smiles and make sure that it's smiling is huge. But do you understand that the key here is that you're staying focused on a certain thing? And that's really what I want for you. More than anything, I want you to stop looking at everybody else that's creating a hardship in your life. And because it's creating a hardship in your life, you actually grow that scenario. So I'm watching other people, and then that's hard for me. And so I go to other people to watch it again, and then that's even harder for me. And it just keeps getting bigger. So the thing that you'll get to switch to is this. Okay, so what does this do for you? What it does for you is, instead of you creating all the anxiousness of watching other people, you now get to have ambition, because you're looking forward to or moving towards trying to do things that say, look, I got to make sure my buckets are smiling. If my buckets are smiling, I'm going to be in a good place, right? I got to make sure I'm serving, because I know if I'm serving, I'm going to be in a good place. Now that gives you ambition to be able to do so many other things. And then the outcomes and the opportunities that happen because of that are amazing as well. All right, you guys. Hopefully that's useful to you. We'll talk to you guys next week. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Sunday and the rest of your week. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Oh, no, we actually have a couple other things. One, we have um, book study tomorrow. And then two, we have on Tuesday, coffee. We'll see you guys soon.